Okay, it's been 3 weeks, so I guess it's time to put out another video for news this week. Jack in the Box is making a comeback, and they're planning to set up shop in Chicago. Um, the West Coast fast food chain Jack in the Box is headed back to the Chicago area, even though I've never been to Jack in the Box. Now, the CEO of Jack in the Box, Darren Harris, spoke with the Chicago Tribune and said that the company plans to open up stores in New Lenox, Naperville, Plainfield, Carroll Stream, Tinley Park, Lake in the Hills, Countryside, and they're planning to set up a location near Midway Airport. Now, they are planned for next year and could linger into 2026. The Tribune reported, but Jack in the Box. It said they also plan to open up a franchise-owned store in the area. They're planning to open up 125 locations in that area. Now, this strategic expansion into Chicago allows us not only to satisfy long-standing customer demand for the brand. Let's see, Jack in the Box at one point was in Chicago back in the late 60s and they left in the 80s, but now they're making a return. Arbys has filed for bankruptcy, which I think I mentioned that last time, but let me see here. And a lot of them are closing, just like with Red Lobster. Yeah, so after filing for bankruptcy, a small Arby's franchisee is selling some locations and closing down others. A Miracle Restaurant Group, LLC, a company based out of Louisiana, has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and Miracle owns at least 25 Arby's locations located through Indiana, Illinois, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas. And this isn't the first time that Miracle Restaurant Groups have filed. So this isn't the first time that Miracle Restaurant has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. There are still two Arby's locations in Indiana and 8 in Illinois that Miracle Restaurant Group would like to sell before they have to close the restaurants down. And they were able to sell 3 of the 5 Indiana's Arby's restaurants in 2023. In 2024, Indiana had many popular restaurants like Bangkok Restaurant and Bar in Indianapolis, Indiana, Hopcat and Broad Ripple, and over a dozen Red Lobster locations throughout the state, and they all close, and they're basically closing their doors because. And a lot of other restaurants have also closed in Illinois. Like Illinois has lost a whole bunch of locations for like White Castle, Steak and Shake, Burger King, Red Lobster, and Hardee's all in this year alone. So unless you can get somebody to buy the damn building, there's no guarantee that these places are going to stay open. Now, Happy Hour, like I said, is making a return to Indiana after being banned for over 40 years. Now, the guy that did this crime is a fucking idiot because basically, if you're going to commit a crime, never film it. A man in Indianapolis has been arrested after he reportedly broke into a home on the west side of Indianapolis, and he filmed himself raping the mother and her 12-year-old daughter, and he recorded it on his phone. Fucking idiot. Now, according to court documents filed on Sunday in Marion County, 21-year-old T. Sean Gardner has been preliminarily charged with 2 counts of rape, each a level 1 felony, in relation to an incident at a home on South Worth Avenue on Saturday. At around 12:45 p.m. on Saturday, officers with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department were dispatched to a call regarding a rape that had just occurred at that home. When officers arrived, a woman at the scene told them that she and her 12-year-old daughter had been raped at gunpoint inside the home. Now, the woman told police that she had recently gotten home from a tire shop when she had heard a knock on the front door. When she opened the door, she stated that a man wearing an American flag mask was pointing a handgun at her and told her to let him inside. Now, when the 21-year-old entered the home, the man reportedly raped the woman on the couch and floor as the man looked at family pictures on the wall. The documents also said that he asked if the woman He asked the woman if there was anyone else in the house, and the woman said no. The man then stopped raping her and walked down the hallway where the woman's children were sleeping. The document said that the man told the woman to get one of her children and bring the child back to the living room. After this occurred, the man reportedly raped the 12-year-old multiple times. Now, the woman told police that the man, later identified by police as Gardner, arrived at her house around 11:30 a.m. and he left around 12:30. Now, the woman then gave a description of the man to police, including an indecipherable tattoo that began with the letter M, and said that Gardner reportedly recorded himself raping them with a cell phone. Like I said, if you're going to commit a crime, never film it, but obviously he still would have been caught anyway. Now, using the description that she gave, as well as nearby cameras, police were able to track down a blue Ford F-150 that was linked to Gardner to a home on West 28th Street. Now, police later arrested Gardner during a traffic stop on West 30th Avenue and Annette Street. Now, during an interview with police, Gardner told police that he was the only one driving the truck that day and said he spent most of the day just driving around. Now, he, of course, is denying the sexual encounter with anyone that day or sexually assaulting anyone. Now, when asked about his tattoo, Gardner reportedly showed the police the tattoo on the left side of his torso, where he has the word Motown written. The document said Gardner could not explain how the victims in this case would have known about the tattoo. Yeah, that's because you were in their house raping them. That's how they were able to describe it. Now IMPD, Now the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department Lieutenant Shane Foley commends the two survivors on their bravery to come forward following such horrific acts being committed. Now he's basically saying that that he's thankful that they were able to come out and they were willing and had the courage to come forward and cooperate with detectives. It's our understanding that they acted phenomenally, being able to provide information that was critical to being able to identify the person we believe responsible for this act. Of course, a son basically kills his mother because she told his lazy ass to get a job, and of course, he's going to be serving jail time for the rest of his life. And the guy was only 19 years old, and so he basically fucked up his life. A $1 million Powerball ticket was sold in Indiana, so basically they only have a certain amount of time to a man basically is pissed off because he was paying $1,800 on property taxes, and then all of a sudden a new thing just came through, and now he's got to pay over $30,000, and that's over, and that is a 3,811% increase, and he's not going to be able to pay for that. He bought the house in 2006 for $115,000, and it was just estimated to be $180,000. But he's not going to be able to pay, and the guy's talking about how he has to give up the house and move in with a relative because he can't pay the $30,000 property tax a month. So now the last story, best for last usually. I didn't get a chance to watch the NBA draft, but Zach Edey got drafted, number 9, and people were bitching about it. So the thing is, the people that so basically a lot of the LeBron dick writers were pissed off because LeBron's kid did not get drafted in the top 10 because and the reasoning why is LeBron's kid only averages 5 points a game, so of course he was going to get drafted lower down the line. And Zach Edey got drafted number 9 because he averages 25 points a game. And if I'm going to be a scout, I would take the better player, which was Zach Edey. Zach Edey is 7'4" and averages 25 points a game, so of course I would pick him over LeBron's kid. Now, and then the Bulls, basically, they didn't really draft anybody important, so I don't know who the Bulls drafted offhand. I think they had 2 picks, but obviously I didn't bother to look up who they drafted. Now, coming from Indiana, Indiana University guard Eric Gordon is agreeing to a deal with the 76ers that will put him in a 17th NBA season. And he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the game, behind like Stephen Curry and everybody and a few others. So former Indiana University basketball star and Indiana Mr. Basketball, Eric Gordon is heading into a 17th season in the NBA, and he's agreeing to a one-year contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. Also, Klay Thompson basically is leaving Golden State, and he's going to sign with Dallas on a 3-year deal, which surprises me that he didn't stay with Golden State as good as he is. Former Indiana University basketball star and Indiana Mr. Basketball Eric Gordon's NBA career will extend into his 17th season. According to multiple reports on Sunday, Gordon has agreed to a one-year contract with the Philadelphia 76ers for the 2024-2025 season. Now, Gordon is getting the veterans minimum, which is estimated to be around $3 million for players with 10 years or more of service. Last year, Gordon averaged 11 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds per game with the Phoenix Suns. He had an option for the Phoenix Suns this year, but he declined the option, and he became an unrestricted free agent. Now, he was a role player with the Suns, and Eric Gordon's going to be 36 this year, and he appeared in 68 games, and he made 24 starts while averaging 28 minutes per game, and he shot 44% from the field and 38% from the 3-point line, and he shot 80% from the free throw line. Now, the 76ers will be Eric Gordon's fifth basketball team that he's played for in 17 years. He spent 4 seasons with the Los Angeles Clippers, where he played 2008 to 2011, and the last half of the 2022 to 2023 season with them. He spent 5 seasons with New Orleans, with the New Orleans Hornets, who became the Panty Pelicans, and he spent 7 seasons with the Houston Rockets before being traded back to the Los Angeles Clippers and spending last season with the Suns. There's only 5 players currently in the NBA who have more seasons than Gordon. The arrogant Queen LeBron is entering his 21st season. Kyle Lowry is entering his 18th. Mike Conley is entering his 18th. Actually, Kyle Lowry is entering his 19th, and it looks like maybe it is his 18th season. Never mind. And Mike Conley is entering his 17th. Al Horford with his 17th, and Thaddeus Young with his 17th, which means they're all entering those seasons. Eric Gordon was drafted number 7th overall in the 2008 draft, and Gordon's durability and reliability has spanned the majority of his NBA career. He's appeared in at least 40 games in 13 different seasons, if not more. In the 2016-2017 season, as a member of the Houston Rockets, Gordon was named the 6th man of the year after he averaged 16 points and shot 37% from the 3-point line. And then the following season after that, Gordon finished runner-up for 6th man of the year after averaging 18 points a game. In his NBA career, he has played in 886 games, with 652 of those being starts, and he's averaged 15 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds in 32 minutes per game. He is a 37% 3-point shooter, a 49% 2-point shooter, and he averages about 81% from the free throw line every year. He only played 1 year of college ball before declaring his name for the draft. But he's been pretty good throughout his career, and let's see how he does this year compared to anything else. And I do gotta call somebody back, because somebody just tried to call me, and I was kind of busy. I don't usually answer any calls when I'm doing my videos for YouTube. So that is all for today. So if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button if you want more videos like this. And if you want, you can also leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And if you want to support my work even further, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And just for a little as a few bucks a video a month, your donation can help go a long way. And thanks for listening.